Hey folks, how you doing? My name is 1010 and play a little Fallout 76 for no other reason than because it's late. I kind of want to shift gears away from work towards the weekend, and I didn't get a chance to do any of the streaming tonight. Now I'm kind of bummed about that. There are a couple of games I was looking forward to playing, but tomorrow's Halloween, and I've got a couple supposedly scary games. We'll find out how scary they really are. Most of the scary games I've been trying to play lately have honestly been a little mediocre. Nothing to compare with, say, PT, the playable trailer from the old PlayStation. Yeah, nothing will touch Kojima and Guillermo del Toro's. I think mostly Kojima, right? Kojima? Anyway, a little mini masterpiece. Alright, why don't we go ahead and get the game going here. Let me set things up where I need them. We got that going, and come on, respond. Jump in. This isn't a game I play a lot anymore, honestly. The problem is, it's just gotten to be too much of a grind. Kudos to my wife, Teal Orca. She has actually gotten up to ally status now with the Raiders, which is amazing. It takes an amazing level of grinding, frankly, day after day after day to get up to that level. And I just don't have it in me. There's just not enough in the game to make me come back and want to spend my time, hours, every day. Now she does this because for various reasons. One of which is she's kind of she has some medical conditions, and she's kind of needs something to help kind of take her mind off of it sometimes. And this ends up working really well. Your survival tent could not be placed. That's okay. The tent is fine. 10 Ton Town. We need to have 10 Ton Town here. Picked up a little water. But anyway, yeah, this game is gotten to the point now where I play it when I don't want to think. I'm literally just going to go up here and take care of a few things and then go out and blow some stuff up and call it a day. Just kind of relax a little bit. I am pretty happy with this. 10 Ton Town didn't quite turn out the way I wanted. Your build limit in the game is just a little too low to do everything I wanted. I would like another row of buildings up behind those where it looks like we're really in the heart of a city. Maybe just on the other side of some skyscrapers and stuff. Can't really do that with the build budget, but I'm mostly content with what I was able to do. Oh, I apparently slipped in my stealth armor. Okay, we're all set. Close the door. Let's go kill the neighbors. After all, they started it, shooting at my house. Hey, Kevin. Karen, how you doing? That's what I imagine the male equivalent of a Karen would be, is a Kevin. And I say that knowing full well, like feeling sorry for all the actual nice Karens in the world. You know, people who just can't help the name and the association with it. And I very often in real life get called Kevin, even though it's not my name. Woo! What's going on here? Your super mutant showed up to share the fun. I'm gonna blow up. Pardon. How can you see me? Seriously, how did they see me? It's the point of being invisible. Anyway, so yeah. Even though I get called Kevin occasionally, to me, that's still the best name for a male. The male equivalent of a Karen. I don't know if it has a more culturally official name or not. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Let's check my perks. Make sure I've got the right things equipped. Bloody Mess. Yeah, looks good. Mostly. We can actually. Nope, don't do that. Got stuck. Alright, let's put on 1 and... No, not Scare Shot. 2. Where's the third one? Load. Master Shotgunner. There we go. Get some good shotgun pro. Oh, apparently I'm super hungry. Do I have any food? I'll have that anyway. Nope. I have some snack cakes. Oh, and meat snake. No. There we go. All good. But yeah, I've been trying a lot of different games lately, and it's been good. Been a breath of fresh air compared to playing this and this alone all the time. Still haven't really found that game where I feel like, you know what, I could live here. Let's move in. Although I'm not sure that would be really healthy, right? Maybe that's the very last thing I actually need in life. Someplace that encourages hard escapism. Probably a bad idea. Hello, sir. I don't know if I've... Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if I've gone into this place, but apparently you can't. It's all sealed up. Probably open that up in some future expansion. Boop. Yeah, it's gotten really hard to figure out, aside from the daily grind, like it's been really tough to set daily objectives in this game. This is kind of what it ends up being. You go out, you murder all your neighbors. I know they're doing some stuff, like they're doing Fashnacht right now, which was fun the last time they did it over the summer, whenever that was. You can get lots of goodies. It's kind of like having Christmas twice a year, though. And I'm just not interested in going back and doing that all again. I mean, the last time they had it, I'd gotten pretty burned out on it by the time it ended, so... Oh. You're a tough guy. 3 shots. I love this place. Nah, we don't need any of that. Let's see, where to go. Where might we see something interesting? I got a key card. I could do a silo run. But I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to save that for more of a day stream. Go to White Springs. Kind of seen it all. Been there, done that too. Been everywhere, done everything. That's what this game feels like. So why am I playing? I don't mean to come on here and just sit here and gripe. I started up because, it's a comfort zone game. It's like, I just go in there and wander around and just have a little fun, but it's gotten harder and harder to do. Oh, excuse me. Could try to move 10 Ton Town again, but nah, I don't think so. My luck, I tried to move it, and the blueprint just wouldn't fit anywhere, no matter where I went. I'd have to rebuild the whole thing. I don't care to do that. It took a lot of time and a lot of effort. Get up here. Boom. So Wendigo, how you doing? Yeah, you're ferocious. Bob just tries to sneak away here. Yeah. Unlike the super mutants earlier, these guys cannot see me. Nope. Back off, man. Yeah, if I didn't overthink games so much, I could probably pick up any one of the new games I got and just give it a go. It's just not relaxing to me. So how do you find the game that lets you relax? It feels comfortable without also feeling maybe a little stale. A little hollowed out and empty and boring. It's tough. This shotgun's a lot of fun. No? Oops. Oop. Late to the party. Ended up finding a lot of new games the other night when I sat down to play this. And unlike tonight, I kind of realized, I don't actually want to play. Let's go find what I do want to play. So I went looking around, and all I looked for was like the words video game or game, and city, and explore, something like that. Something along those lines. And it's kind of weird. I'm realizing that not a lot of games focus on like open world metropolitan settings. There are a few that do. It's one of the reasons that in the early days I liked DC Universe Online. But that one, again, it wears thin very quickly because they don't want you to focus on anything that has to do with city as much as they want you to grind. All the games want you to grind, to level up, and to feel the burden of grinding. Hi, I thought you were a mannequin. Anyway, no, they want you to feel the grind so that you can be more inclined to go buy stuff, right? Do away with the grind. Get the thing that makes you feel powerful. Or get that nice armoire for the bedroom in your whatever your base is. He looked stuck. Yeah, same thing here, really. Oh. Didn't mean to neglect you. There you go. So I haven't been paying attention to experience today. I can't remember. They're supposed to have, I think, Are they having a double experience weekend or anything? I guess that would be kind of nice. Even though I don't have any goals around leveling up or anything, it's always nice to get it, just because it kind of helps you get the dailies. And the dailies help you get along the board, and as you move along the board, you get some of the more interesting stuff. Well, that's right. How did I forget to clean you out? Blood, cultist blade, nope. Keep your teeth. I think we're good there. Anyway, enough about the game. What else should we talk about here? Oh, see? There we go. Any good stuff? Nope. Where else shall we go? What's the event going on there? Oh, defend that. Nah, it's alright. Teapot? No. Four times the size of Fallout 4. I think they made it too big. Can't remember what's out of Johnson's Acre. You know, it'd be nice if you could actually get up on the monorail and, like, walk the whole thing. I wonder if you could. I don't think you can. I think there are lots of breaks in it. I kind of wish they'd done that, just because it would be a nice sort of a secret road. An infrequently traveled road. Like, I know that the first Fat Man that I found in the game was actually up on one of the pylons. So they did a little bit with it. But what I want to do is go up into the elevator. Yeah, see, the rail breaks a lot of places. But yeah, I'd like there to be a nice big long stretch of rail. Go walk the railroad in the sky. That would be awesome. Go up here and get some concrete and lead. One of the things I liked early on in the game that you just don't see that much anymore, you tended to find a lot more people who would just leave their mics on all the time. I'm going to get over encumbered very, very quickly here. That's okay, though. Okay, yeah. Doing this in the wrong order. If I fall, I fall. It'll be exciting. Like, I don't want to fall, but if I do, oh well. There we go. But yeah, a lot more people had their mics on all the time, so you'd wander up, you'd have a little conversation, you might kind of run a stretch of the game together. It was pretty cool. People just tended to be a lot more open and chatty. It was nice. So now I've done a little bit with the team stuff in this. What is that? Tokens, huh? Let's take them. Oops. Sorry. Anyway, the team-based stuff that they do now, it's kind of funny. Like, at first I was nervous about doing it, because honestly, maybe one of the reasons I liked the open mic thing was that I'm pretty bad at the social thing in every other context. And it kind of forced the issue just enough. Well, it's over there. Wow, you can see a long way up here. Cool. Thought I saw a bird. Anyway, yeah, it would force it just enough that it kind of got you past that. I don't know. It worked somehow. It's easier to meet people. So then they added the teams thing, and they started encouraging a lot more social goals, right? Like, the more people you can get on a team, the bigger the bonuses you can get. That's awesome, right? Well, yeah, it is, except that the way they designed the teams, you can join a team and never ever interact with the people at all. Or if you do interact with them, it's still very, very passive. You know, it's always at, kind of like, it's at a great distance. It's not nearly the same thing. To me. Hey, maybe I'm doing it wrong. But the few people I know who have done that, that tends to be how it goes. But yeah, honestly, let's be honest here. The common theme through all these things really is me. It's that... Ooh, that was close. It's that difficulty I was describing, kind of making connections. It's got to be a big part of it. Which isn't saying much. I mean, that's hardly an uncommon thing. So yeah, if you found something that worked, that helped you get past that, of course you'd kind of get hooked on that. Anyway, all that to say that I get why some people would see no problem at all with the way they set things up, and they probably make good use of it. It probably works pretty well for them. Doesn't really work as well for me. It's true of a lot of different things, really. You'll hear a lot of conversations with people that seem to prize the notion of being unique, right? People joke about being weird and proud of it. Honestly, for all the benefits distinction might have, it's really not a lot of fun liking things that very few other people like. It doesn't even have to mean that you're the only one that likes it. It just has to mean that you're a... Whoa! Hi. Thought it was attacking. I'm like, never had a baby deer attack. That spooked me. Yeah, it's just enough to be... to like something that is below the marketing threshold, So you're not going to get someone able to really dedicate a significant amount of time to whatever it is you like. How do I keep picking up mole rat teeth? Huh. So yeah, back to that original, no, that idea from before. So I went looking the other night. Just last night? No, it was 2 nights ago. Anyway, went looking for a game. Something where it would allow you to focus on exploration of something in an urban, metropolitan, or some kind of metro setting. If you've watched the stream before, you've heard me talk about that a lot, because it's kind of what I've been... as much as I think I know what I want, most of the things I'd like to play tend to have that element in common. Like, there are aspects of Cyberpunk 2077 that looked absolutely amazing, but I probably won't ever play it on the stream because of some of the content warnings on it. And, you know, whatever anyone else may think of the content warnings, whether they should or shouldn't have them, that's just not what I want to stream. It's not my thing. Not what honestly, it's not what I want to play either. It's not why I play games. Who are you? Why are you dead? Scavenging assignment with Toda. Pipe bolt action. Supposed to be one there. Don't forget to look for antibiotics. Okay. I'll take your drugs. Let's wander down the hill. Excuse me. So the environment in Cyberpunk looks just stellar. Virtually everything else, not really what I want to spend my time doing in the game. So as usual, when I start looking for games like that and I can't find them, although I did kind of trip across a couple things that look a little more interesting. Be playing those on the stream sometime here coming up. It got my brain going, and I thought of another idea for a game that I would want to play. Which got me thinking about the notion of, well, how hard would it be to make? And of course, games, anything that you'd, would sustain playability for a long time. I mean, that is no small thing. It's a monumental effort by many, many people. So it's completely impractical to go, well, I can't find the game I want to play. And then imagine whatever you think it would be. And hey, I mean, that's how projects get started. That's how that's maybe how this game itself really, at least Fallout 1 maybe. Maybe that's how it got started. That was an interesting green light up there. Is there a glowing one up there? We'll go find out. There's you down here. Lots of damage. Good stuff. Not bad. I hear what's going on. There's another Wendigo up there. Oh, there's him too. Come here. Right in the back. What that? Good. Cool. Anyway. Oh, it's that thing. I'm like, what is that? Thought it was calling the thing with the light bulb and nitrogen dispenser. I'm like, I don't think so. And done. Oh, it's like he burst out of him. Little, little Red Riding Hood moment there. It's like when she, cuts the wolf open and gets her grandma out. Weird analogy. Alright, good enough. Have I heard that? Yeah, Brotherhood of Steel. We'll go ahead and try it. What you got to say?
Scouting report. Brotherhood, Squire Schultz. This old antique store has been a good source of supplies. I've stashed some weapons and ammo in the shed out back. Scavenging runs into Atoga have been mixed. The robots are everywhere, and you never know when a turret is going to pop out of its hiding place and start filling the area with lead or laser fire. I really should have paid more attention during training.
Oh, hi. Back off, Val. Get out of my bubble. But yeah, so I actually like the idea of a game that would require mics on. And I know a lot of people would really shy away from that. They'd want nothing to do with it. But again, so be it. Wouldn't be for everyone. I would be intrigued by the idea. I like the idea too of games that use real world data to model complex systems. So weather in the game is based on real weather reports in real life. Even if it's like you go to your base and the weather there models whatever's going on outside. Or you set it so it's just the opposite, whatever. But it's a sunny day at home. Okay, it's always raining in the game. So as it starts to rain, the sun comes out. But also using real world data, kind of like, well, this is cool. Lots of parts. No? What are you kidding? Oh, there we go. Not sure why it won't let me grab him. Let me grab him. Come on. Oh, fine. Whatever. Can I grab it from that side? No. Guess we're going for a long walk tonight. What is that over there? Is that just a house? No, it doesn't look familiar. Let's go check it out. Pretty sure I've seen everything on this map, but hey, I could be wrong. Might be some places I've never seen. The heck? I think one of the beavers just like self-destructed there. It's interesting. Like, I can remember playing Fallout 4 for the first time and experiencing this sense that the world just didn't actually have boundaries. obviously it did, you know. Some like I was saying earlier, supposedly this map is like 4 times the size of the Fallout 4 universe. Jeez. But it feels tiny in comparison to me. And it may be nothing in the game in particular. I mean, Fallout 4 was the first Fallout game I ever played. And that sort of, like, just naive ignorance that you go into the game with might have been a big part of that sense. You know, you haven't... It's the first open world game I ever played. It's probably just really, really difficult to recapture that sensation. I can remember even in the early stages of the game, wandering around, spending like all night in the game and in real life, just going out on foot, you know, wandering the countryside and just kind of marveling at, like, it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't end. It just keeps going. Coming across one thing after another. Just that really awesome sense of discovery. And unfortunately, then you come here after playing that game. And they've reused so many of the same assets. Now again, I'm not really harshing on the game. I like the game. I'm just saying it's virtually impossible to recapture that sense of exploration and possibility. Can't really get that back. Alright, not bad. It's like you have to move on to a whole new universe if you really want to experience that again. Gross. Oh, another one. Could stay up on the roof. Picked him off from up there. Might go back up and do that here in a minute. Whoops. Or I'll fall in a hole and be forced to deal with it right now. Can't see a thing. Wonder where he is. Down here somewhere. Nope. Oh, level 3 legendary. Mutant's knife, huh? Yeah, but obviously, I mean, it's not just the size of the map that's going to matter in that. This map is huge, but it's filled with pretty much the same thing I saw everywhere else in Fallout 4. The many, many times I played through it. Many being like maybe 4. So not so many. But still, playing all the way through like 4 times, and for each playthrough devoting a lot of time just kind of building up settlements and that sort of thing. I guess that's another thing that they did really well there. There are a couple settlements I built that felt like real places. Large build budget. Start picking it up again. I'll take him down a little bit so that by the time he gets over here, the shotgun will be much more effective. Whoops. He doesn't know where it's coming from. Sludge lung? Where did I get sludge lung? Whoops. Oh, okay, apparently he spotted me now. There we go. For Ugly to come up the stairs here. trusting they can actually find their way upstairs. People buying stuff? That's cool. So yeah, the combined novelty of it and the sense that you could build yet a much, much bigger canvas to paint on, so to speak. Personally, I feel like there's a huge mistake in this game to so severely limit your camp's build budget. People get amazingly creative with it. If you go out and look at any of the, like, there's one or two Reddits around 76 where people display their camps. And really, absolutely amazing stuff. And, you know, more power to them. It's still different than in Fallout 4. Like, what I was hoping. So, Fallout 4. I could build a settlement, build the thing up a lot, like especially if you played with mods. I didn't do any really crazy mods. I don't know how many times I told this story here. It's getting really stale. I don't know. I feel stuck on this issue, trying to figure out why I don't enjoy this game as much now. What I'm looking for in the next thing. But anyway, all told, you could create a pretty dynamic system. You get, you know, even though they were just NPCs, you get a lot of activity in your camp, in the settlements. People going about their lives. And it took a while for that to wear off, for it to feel like, okay, yeah, they're really just NPCs, and why bother? What I was hoping for here is that same sort of thing, but with people. What are you all shooting at? You know, someplace where you could specialize and create a camp that maybe you'd be a weaponsmith.
If someone gets a bigger cut than you, something's up.
Bloody Yules, huh?
Watch your back.
Maybe you'd be a restaurateur, which sounds weird in a game like this, but I guarantee you, there are people who would play this game that way. Where you would have to spend part of your time going out around the map, gathering supplies, defending yourself. You know, you still live in a dystopian world. There's still mutated animals all over. But they didn't do a lot to really help out with that. You know, there's just not a lot of benefit to someone going and finding someone who sells specialized food. If you had a skill system so that you could actually make food that was somehow gave, you know, special attributes or something like that. You could learn to craft in such a way that, yeah, players would, like, learning all the crafting skills would require too much time and effort for someone to do it all. Unless they'd been playing the game for a long time. You could artificially limit it in... I say artificially, but I mean you could place other reasonable limits on it. Like you can only develop, you know, like 1 or 2 skills. And if you want to learn something else, you start to detract from the skills you currently have. So that you could specialize in medicine, in weapons, in armor, in construction. Still suffering from sludge lung. So that you could then create a camp that would draw business, which would draw natural social interactions with people, which would help to build a community. But everything they've done, like they've spent a lot of time developing combat-oriented things. They have, oops, you know, I just saw that right as it started to happen. There's another hole, isn't there? Oh, we got Fashnacht going on. Anyway, the few social things they've added to the game, again, just from my experience, don't actually foster that much real, deep social interaction. They actually do the opposite. They really encourage kind of shallow, temporary interaction. Anyway, yada yada, geez. I cannot stop talking about this. And it's mainly just, like I said, I can't really find a good replacement game that kind of scratches that itch. I don't know. Well, let's talk about something else. We can talk about something related. So games I'm going to be playing soon. One I'm looking forward to. So games I've tried recently. Let's see. Little Misfortune, which was disturbingly inappropriate at times, but was otherwise a fun game. I say otherwise, but you know, I really, because of some of the stuff they did in the game, I really haven't gone back, because for me it did detract from the game. Played a lot of one-offs. The Convenience Store, a Japanese horror game, which was a one-off, but a lot of fun. Huh. Stealing your stuff. And killing you. I think I have a plasma grenade, don't I? I do. Maybe backing up. Oh, shoot. So I can't do the old shoot the grenade trick with the shotgun. Which, now that I think about it, makes sense. See, Don't Open Your Eyes, another one-off. It was really good, very different. Had a good creepy vibe to it. Just finished up Stories Untold last night, and as well polished as it was, I just wasn't all that thrilled with the game itself. Just was not my cup of tea. And then last night, for the first time, I played an early access game called Volcanoids, which was pretty fun, actually. Very different from anything I usually play. Really fun steampunk vibe. For an early access game, I think it might be in the later stages of early access, I don't know. It was pretty well balanced. Did not feel glitchy. Some of the tutorials were a little tricky, but I think that's partially because I was being a little dense, honestly. Ooh. $500 experience for that one dude. Look at that. Crazy. Well, who else is here that's getting shot? Oh, there they are. Hey. Raider thief. Did I take you off too? Whoop. Oh, hi. I don't have my heavy gun perk on. This is going to be kind of dangerous. Do what we can. Oh boy. let's do that perk swap. It's probably going to help here. There we go. And let's also take some of that. That was a Rad-X. Are you seriously shooting at me? Go away. If they weren't, I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But it looked like they were shooting. Oops. Uh-oh. That's more like it. Come on down again. That's right. Perfect. Exactly where I want you. You goof. Suppressor's Power Fist, huh? Gonna eat your brain later. Any other Scorch come out of there? I do think I can hear someone. It's just him twitching, I think. Anyway, yeah, Volcanoid is pretty fun. It's one of those, you know, you have technological research trees, you have a drill that acts like a land submarine. You have to submerge whenever there's a volcanic eruption. It's kind of fun. We don't want any of that. But yeah, it's basically that. It's climb the tech ladder. But it, you know, it's kind of a fun take on it. Looking forward to playing that one some more. Genshin Impact, which it's the only thing really keeping me from playing more Genshin Impact is time. It's one of those games that seems to have a lot of moving pieces to it, like a lot of different systems that you need to come to understand. I am a slow learner when it comes to those systems. I am not very motivated to try to optimize them. You know, I'm not the sort of person to go and like do a bunch of, like, even this game, most of what I found has either been through experimentation, which is to me the more enjoyable way to learn it, or it's been through people saying, I can't stand to watch you suffering anymore, like, here's a tip, go do this instead. Which is, you know, appreciated when it happens. What? So yeah, Genshin's just going to take a while, and I don't generally have big swaths of time to play. So it's just been easier to pick up the little short-term indie games. What the heck is that? What was that? Oh, Maidasloth. I don't see those very often. And every time I find one, I'm like, what is that? I don't think I've ever killed one. Generally try to leave them alone. It's principle of the thing, you know? It's like if you... like they're real sloths, but it's kind of like they are. Who's that? Surprise! Itchy nose. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing one called Love, Sam, which is another one-off indie, I think kind of a horror genre game, horror or suspense. I think largely narrative-based, a lot of reading in the game, which is fine by me. I like that. The story is good. Little Nightmares, which just picked up off of Steam finally. Been waiting a long time to play that one. So yeah, a lot of things coming up that should be fun to play. Particularly a lot of things that should be fun to stream, too. Who's chopping wood? Oh, hey. Still not that really strong community-based thing that I'm looking for. Community, exploration, all the things.
Oh, them settlers and raiders could learn.
Put it this way, that looks vaguely threatening.
Real work is.
I'm afraid I've split more logs than I can use. Would you like some?
Sure. Let's see. Been busy. What have you been doing with all this? Yeah, sure.
You noticed. Well, here. I'm glad you'll find this useful.
Okay.
Those rusted pieces of scrap think they can take my job?
And that's been the other thing with these games. The writing is just so absolutely one note. Everything is about the evil corporation and, you know, some variety on some evil corporation manipulating people. Like, it just so heavily plays into... never mind. We've talked a lot about that in the past, too. There's not a lot of variety. It's kind of the same thing over and over and over again. Honestly, I think this game, what would probably breathe the most life into it for me would be crossplay. Because my wife actually plays on PlayStation. I can't. I actually have my own PlayStation at my desk that I use for streaming for a while. I cannot play first-person shooters using those controllers. Which is probably a reason that they'll never actually do crossplay. There's just I think there's probably too big an imbalance between playing with, no, that's not good. Playing with controllers versus a mouse. I'm sure there are people who did who did absolutely just take me out already been in here. Even if I'm using a mouse and they're using a controller, I think some people probably could learn it really well. I'm not one of those people. But yeah, it'd be fun to play in the same world instead of sitting there and just comparing notes. I mean, that's when they talked about this being a multiplayer game, that's exactly what we imagined. But she doesn't actually have a PC. So for her, just given where she is, it is much, much easier for her to play on the PlayStation. I won't play on anything but the PC, and so there it sits. Really kind of sucks. I would gladly invest in a PC for her. Get one of those home... oh, it's wrong side. Yeah, we're gonna find some super mutants in here. Also chained. Get one of those deals where we could put, use it as a media server and that kind of thing too. Hook it up to the TV, let her play there. Chain, jeez, all the doors. Forgot about this place. I'd totally do it. Well, we talked about it a number of times. She's not comfortable with the idea of getting a PC just to play the game. I'm like, okay.
Rip his legs clean off. I'll rip his legs clean off.
Here I am. Not really a buckethead though.
Strongest super mutant.
Switch guns. Grenade. And boom. A little close to me there. That's okay. Mutant hound downstairs somewhere. not. I'm glad I didn't shoot. If you ever see the Observant Radstag, do not shoot it. It's not like they give you a lot of stuff, but you know, they'll lead you to a cache of stuff. It's also kind of the principle of the thing. Like, this is actually based on a sort of a legend. Alright, where do I look? Is it here? There it is. And see, wouldn't it be nice to like be able to like feed it or something, you know? That'd be cool. Just a little thank you. What's that over there? I don't remember. Man, I wandered way further than I thought I had. Oh, I see. The lights, the plants growing over there behind it made it look bigger than it really is over here. I thought I'd found something I hadn't seen before. Got all excited there for a minute. These things. You know, honestly, that idea I was talking about earlier of forcing an open mic, having a game that necessitates human contact and coordination, it's been tried, and I don't think it ever went very well. Like, for people like me who need to be nudged out, or at least benefit from being nudged out of their shells, people that like games that require that kind of coordination, it's great, you know. It's a lot of fun. Some of my favorite games have required that sort of thing. But again, given how sort of uncommon that is, it just feels like most games are more about building up individual power, solo power. At least games that are based on, you know, like the massively multiplayer open world games. Obviously, you get competitive games where there's no exploration, there's no base building, it's all combat. And those, yeah, of course, those require teamwork. You get people who play very distinct roles and that kind of thing. That's not quite the kind of coordination I'm talking about. Talking about requiring coordination on the scale of like in-game economies. Anyway, you know, I'm starting to think this game is not all that healthy for me to play. Every time I come in here, if I'm soloing and just kind of wandering around, I end up talking about the same things every time. I've noticed too, playing the other new games, like my energy level playing those games is a lot higher. I get a lot chattier on the stream. It's a lot of fun. I mean, granted, I'm a little tired right now too. But here, I get in here and I get all moody and kind of moody and down, and might need to put it on the shelf for a little bit. But yeah, all those games I ever imagined, the gosh, I wish someone would make this, or I wish I had time to make it, all of them had that aspect of requiring more distinct long-term roles, economies, much more complicated, not really complicated, but much more complex, sophisticated crafting and technology trees, many more unknowns, so that you have to do a lot more work to kind of figure out how the systems work. You can't just look it up on a web page. Significant benefit to social, like to cooperation. All those things. Just trying to get hungry again here. Let's deal with that before I shut down. Anyway, it's been fun. It's a good way to relax. Oh, we got to cook the brain. That's right. Let's do that. Put on Super Duper. But yeah, it's a little too easy to come here and do this. It's too comfortable without offering up enough benefit. No dupe. Oh, the cricket. How about that? No dupe again. That it? That's it.
This unit has been assigned with the task.
And we'll just have that brain for dinner.
The power of the
And the cricket. Top it off with some moonshine, which I probably should have saved because it gives you an experience bonus, but that's okay. Alrighty. Oh, yeah, we're sleeping in. Let's get changed out of the armor there. Probably not the most comfortable thing. Fix that too. We'll do, let's see, what do we want? Pack rat, strong back, and 2 left. Oh yeah, bare arms. Okay, that's all good. Everything else is fine. Yep. All right. One more thing. Go here. Drop all that off.
Oh man, off the chems. Surrounded by friends. Yeah, this is the life.
He always sounds like he's really trying to convince himself of that. I'm not sure you believe it, pal. Oops. There we go. Hey, how does that look? Take out the backpack, take out the helmet. Yeah, sure, that works. And we actually don't want the officer uniform either. We have a chest up here. Let's put away that. And what do we want to wear? Undershirt and jeans. Sure, why not? Alright, well, thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a really good night. And I've got writing to do in the morning, but hopefully I'll be able to spend a fairly significant amount of time tomorrow streaming. And we're probably focused on Love Sam and possibly some Little Nightmares. We'll have to see. So yeah, God bless. Have a great night. And we'll hope to see you again soon.
Life doesn't get any better than this, Beckett.